Hey guys, welcome to episode 7
of the Big Black Clock podcast.
Oh, whoa, you nailed it.
I've been practicing all week.
You nailed that big black clock.
Were you practicing on the whole name or just the last word?
Last word.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's smart. It's efficient.
It's a thin line between clock and
Wow, we'll need to beep that out right away.
No.
Right away.
No.
Straight to prison.
So guys,
Straight to jail.
straight to jail.
You,
Right to jail.
Undercooked fish, overcooked fish, jail.
Straight to jail. Believe it or not.
Overcooked fish,
Jail.
jail. Undercooked fish, also jail.
No crime.
If you're late to your dentist appointment, straight to jail. We have the best patients in the world.
So I've discovered that, so it's 11 in the morning. So we got up this morning and we had mimosas with grapefruit. And there was like this wine glass. And now I'm having Coors Light out of a wine glass.
Yeah,
very classy.
And
It's very classy.
so classy. We're watching F1 while
Yes.
drinking mimosas.
I'm going to totally be drinking all like Coors Light.
But honestly, when
Out of
you
a wine
drink a
glass all the
Coors
time.
Light out of a wine glass, it makes it look very fancy.
Doesn't taste fancy. It doesn't taste fancy.
Nobody knows.
I don't know. I offered it to you earlier as Chardonnay. And you said no.
A shard. Than
Ugh. God damn.
So guys, how's your week been? How you guys doing?
It's been pretty fun.
Well,
Yeah.
Working from home and overtime.
so besides practicing my clock and speech, not much.
Yeah.
A lot of clocks.
Jesus.
That's nice.
So, win-win.
Win-win. Yeah. I mean, can't go wrong with either of those. Those are pretty good things.
Yeah. It's at least in my top 10, both of them.
Yeah.
I had a long week too. Just terribly long. So I'm glad the weekend's here. And glad we can indulge ourselves
In some morning
with some
drinking.
morning drinking.
Yeah, podcast recording.
So what are you talking about today, guys?
Well, it's the Big Black Clock podcast, but we appreciate other things than watches and or clocks, I guess. We like cars, we like movies too. And that's pretty much it. After that, we don't like anything.
No.
Like it's cars, clock, movies. That's it. No music, no traveling,
No fun.
nothing. No fun.
No friendships.
No friendships.
The dating profile writes itself. You see that?
Yeah, it's very popular with the ladies.
Exactly.
So maybe a lighter episode today, but we're going to talk about watch from movies. Either why we like that movie or the watch.
So you forgot all of the specifications we had in our last episode, and you fucking lucked out. It wasn't last episode, a couple episodes back.
Yeah.
We've done so many at this point, right?
Yeah.
We can remember.
So we said
in the past.
So I think we went 3 movies, right? 3 watches.
So each of us,
What? 3 movies? No, I'm joking. I have 3.
each of us has prepared 3 movies and watches that they want to talk about, right?
Yep.
So, but I think we were kind of open in terms of, oh, I really like the watch that I saw, or oh, I really love that movie, but the watch happened to be in it. How much of a role the watch had to play? We didn't get into those details. We just kind of left it open ended.
Well, I mean, and I'll straight up. I'm using this basically as an excuse to just talk about the movies.
Right?
Really.
Oh, okay.
For the most part, when I was picking my movies, I didn't focus on the watches. I focused on the movies, and then the watch, to a certain extent.
I straight up actually, my approach was, I'm gonna burp. It was literally.
Don't you dare! Don't burn.
I remembered discovering these watches in these movies. That was one of it, and the other one was I remember, and some of them pausing the movie to say, "Oh shit, what was that person wearing?" You know, because often you find yourself on IMDb and like, "Oh, let me go see who this person is, what they acted in before, blah blah blah." And I was literally like, "Let me see that watch is very interesting. I want to check."
Right.
So yeah.
No, it's cool.
That's my mindset. We can talk about the movie. We'll talk about the
Yeah.
watch.
There's one movie that I just picked the movie really and the watch was secondary. The other two,
Did you have to go digging online on what watches were in that
no,
movie?
not really. I mean, it's pretty well known still, but I'm not particularly interested in that watch.
So was it like Deadpool with the Cyril Box watch, Adventure Time watch?
Oh my God, it's true.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. Perfect watch.
Deadpool was okay. Yeah. It's just very. I felt it
good.
was very
good.
Ryan Reynolds.
Okay is like
No, yeah, you're
I
right.
have
yeah,
no
I'm right.
opinion about it.
I'm being. Yeah, it's not too. Yeah, I just thought it was very Ryan Reynolds. And it was
you seen
very.
the second one?
oh,
I
for
have
sure.
seen the second one. Yeah.
It's Ryan Reynolds being Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds,
Reynolds,
right?
yeah.
And I mean, he's good at it. He's
good, yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Please be our friend. We're Canadian.
Please call us.
Yeah, we're Canadian.
What, we are?
Give us a shout out at least.
You are Canadian, guys?
Yeah. I am. Well, you're the most Canadian of us all.
Yeah, I'm French Canadian.
Yeah.
So that's like half.
You married your cousin, and
Yes.
And then
We don't call it incest.
you get a lot
we
of.
call it love.
Yeah, you get a lot of nosebleeds.
it's a legal loophole.
Yeah, that's why I sound weird too.
Oh gosh.
So maybe a quick.
Imagine if they could also see you.
Yeah,
Thank God this is a podcast.
Yes. Maybe a quick wrist check, right? So we can go forward.
I'll start. Wearing
Nice.
my Panerai Pam754. So it's the radio mirror. It has the 754 has the small seconds register, which the other ones don't, and it has the logo as opposed to just what's the other one says Firenze. So this one is great. I put it on a Panerai lizard strap. Great site for straps if you're looking for one.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Yeah, it looks great. Very, very comfortable for its size. Great thin profile because it's manual wind, onion crown, and yeah, love it.
What is the name of the company that makes straps there?
This one's Panerai.
Panerai. Okay.
Yeah. Panerai. So they used to have like a lot of Panerai straps, but they also carry straps for IWC, other brands as well. They've branched out. Obviously, they couldn't just sell Panerai straps,
Right.
but they it just sucks right now because if you're in the States, they don't export alligator or crocodile, so you got to be careful.
I was looking at a Grand Seiko from Japan, and they're not able to send the alligator strap to Canada either.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, you had mentioned that. You were chatting with me. You're like, did you know anything about that? I knew nothing about it.
That sucks.
Too bad.
We'll need to go kill our own crocodile and
Yeah.
alligators in the
Yeah,
States.
in Quebec. Okay.
You do
We'll
that.
go to the zoo.
Imagine.
I'm going to go hunt at the zoo.
Sir, can I help you? No. Shh.
Get away.
Get away.
um,
Karl, what are you wearing?
Could you imagine, Wade, though, getting
That's
killed
fine,
at the
fine.
zoo?
We'll talk about your...
No, it's true. It's like
wristwatch
I
after.
went to hunt at the zoo and you end up getting killed. It's like the worst
The
death ever.
crocodile overpowered me.
Exactly.
We shouldn't fight him with a knife. Like, he's... Bring a gun.
Anyways.
today I have my Bulova Moon Pilot. Pilot Moon?
Lunar pilot.
Lunar Pilot?
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. Exactly, right? And we already talked about that watch, but last time I was talking about what's behind it on the case back. Just they really want to push the idea.
Yeah, it's the only one that was in space, right? That's what you were saying last time.
Yeah, and they like put
No other watch was ever in space.
exactly
Yeah.
nothing, just
The first
this one,
and
the
yeah.
only one.
Yeah, no other watch went on the moon.
But yeah, the Apollo 15 and Eva 3.
Eva 3. Yeah.
So yeah, and they put like the names of who's wearing it, and even the
Those are
Did you-
two separate missions.
yeah. So Apollo 15 on July 26, 71, and Eva 3 August 2nd, 71.
Oh, that's cool.
And he scratched in Karl
Yeah, and there's my name just under that. No,
with his phone number.
my address.
His cell phone number.
If found, please.
If found, please return to. It's a nice watch.
Yeah, I've been wearing it all week. Like I most of the time do when I wear a watch.
Yeah,
It's a week thing. For
it's
me.
interesting. Is that the same for you? Do you? Because I change my watch. I make it a point to change it every day, so I don't wear the same watch 2 days in a row.
I get into phases. Like this week, I was wearing a lot of my Seiko Alpinist because I got a beads of rice bracelet for it, and it is excellent.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to Uncle Seiko.
yeah.
And
We'll
I'm going
need
to pull it out here.
a watch strap sponsor. We're talking about Panerai, the other thing.
Definitely, and I think we should. I'm
Man,
going
I
to
re-
definitely.
I really like the Lunar Pilot. I absolutely love this watch. But I mean,
Let me
I love
correct you
that
there.
style.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon, yes. I absolutely love this style of watches, right? And there's a reason, obviously.
Like check
I
out.
have a preference for sure for watches, right? And then
on this Alpinist. Check out that bracelet.
utilitarian, yeah. So Thank you for asking. I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing.
Wow.
Oh, we're at you yet already? I thought we were just talking about
just trying to be a little bit passive aggressive there.
Also, it also has coordinates here, 26.13
Yeah, this is the launch pad. They really want to push the idea that, hey, we made it. Here's all the information that proved that we made it.
Oh, this is the beads of rice bracelet on the Alpinist.
Doesn't it go great because it's like this vintage, like really like explorer's watch, right? And I learned how to use the compass on it.
Oh yeah, it's very
Cool.
It's not difficult.
Well, maybe for you.
Speak for yourself.
I had to learn what a hemisphere was.
What?
Exactly.
So, Kevin has the original Alpinist, right?
Yeah.
Well, not the original, but
No, not
one
the
of
red Alpinist.
One of the classic Alpinists.
The last gen, we'll say.
Yeah, with the green dial, right? Gilt.
Last
also.
or previous gen?
The last one, because there's the current gen, and this was the one before it.
So
And-
previous gen. Last one is the one that we can buy right now.
Oh, that okay, yeah.
Right?
Don't you correct me in English?
Oh, man.
Kiss my ass.
Oh my god.
Kiss my ass. No, this was.
I've owned at some point the blue Alpinist, and it is hard to say. Like, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the green dial on the Alpinist, I don't like the way it plays with the sun. And the blue is the same, right? I prefer more of a matte finish, which is what was advertised, but it wasn't like that in reality when you received the watch.
It's like dating.
Yeah. Got catfished by a watch.
Ew.
So it is a beautiful watch.
Yeah.
I mean, like comparing to the blue Alpinist, I think I like this one more because there's something I can't even tell. Like it's just the color combination.
Yeah.
The beads of rice is
great, eh?
but it's a very polarizing watch. It's just like I can't remember the watch that we were talking about last time on the podcast. Oh yeah, we were talking about the Tudor P01. Right?
Yeah.
That
So
I like.
You can't just be like, oh, this is nice, or like, oh, it's okay. It's either like I like it or I don't like it at all.
Right.
So yeah.
It's same thing with the Rolex of Kevin, right? Milgauss.
Yeah, exactly.
Hate or love.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Kind of like the Hair King.
3 H's.
The fives everywhere, right? Beautiful watch. Again, polarizing.
It's like an Explorer with a bunch of fives all over it, right? Sorry, I'm burping this Coors Light
I feel like, yeah.
Too much bubbles.
in this wine glass. It's
It's
just
a beautiful
so,
Coors Light.
the price to pay to be classy. But anyway, yeah, these beads are right. So honestly, what I love about the Uncle Seiko bracelets in general, and I have one on my Sarb, is they're not too tooly. You know, like the ones from the strap code are solid, but these make it a little bit more, I don't know,
Strap
refined.
code, I agree. Strap code is
Great,
is very good, but it is tooly.
So speaking of Uncle Seiko, the last one, let me show you is, and we'll put a picture online, is the Sumo. I put it on the GL.
Oh yeah,
The GL rubber bracelet. Check out that
I wanna
rubber
try that out.
bracelet on that.
You do love rubbers.
Oh,
Well, who doesn't?
safety first, bro.
Yeah.
But
I just have the image of you putting your watch in condoms.
Oh my god! Because I thought you were gonna say something else.
I know.
I have an image of you putting on rubbers.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's Uncle Seiko.
That's an
has,
Uncle Seiko rubber strap on a
the
Seiko
GL.
Sumo, eh?
Yeah, and it's it's like a
It
old
is.
style, but the rubber is
Ridiculously comfortable.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Really thins the profile
Yeah,
out.
it's
The
super
rubber
nice.
is
Very nice.
excellent.
But it's an interesting like finish on the rubber, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to have this like vintage feel to it.
It is
The original Seiko.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
It is super nice.
If ever you order from there, let me know because they charge shipping and we can combine.
Well,
Uncle Seiko.
maybe not yet there, but at some point.
Yeah. We'll just combine the orders if we do. Anyway, very happy with that. So yeah, 3 Japanese watches, 3 strap code. Uncle Seiko, shout out. And very happy with what I got there. Dimitri, what do you got this week?
I'm wearing my Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch.
The lunar moon? Pilot?
Pilot moon?
No, the Moonwatch. Professional. One that was actually selected by NASA.
Such a show off.
No. The thing
What's
is,
the water resistance on that?
minus.
Have you ever been to space? Have you ever seen water in space? Exactly.
Yes.
No, I have been to space. So I wouldn't know if there was water. Maybe.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've spoken about this watch before. It's my grail. I don't think I will ever stop liking it. It's been over a year now that I've owned it, and I still have I'm in my honeymoon phase.
It's the Hesselite.
Yeah, it's the Hesselite.
I really, really, really like the Dark Side of the Moon. So does my brother, but it's like a lot.
Your brother has the regular
He has the same
one, eh?
Same as you.
Yeah, but he had
We both have terrible taste.
Yeah. He also loved
Terrible.
He also loves GLC, right?
Yeah, of course.
The worst.
The worst
Terrible.
taste.
Wow.
Horrible. Again,
And you call it your brother?
this is my
Pilot's
grail watch.
Omega.
I absolutely love this watch. It's like a perfect a mix between being tooly and also
functional and like dressy and
dressy,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think tooly and
Refined.
dressy is a good mix because it goes literally. You can wear like gym shorts and like gym outfit and then wear this watch, or you can also wear a suit and wear this watch, and it just works for everything.
You can be in gym outfits and have a Richard Mille.
No, but what I mean is
no
that
limit to
it doesn't look off. Like it kind of fits with any outfit. Really, it doesn't matter. That it's like one of the most versatile watches I can think of.
it's gonna come up later as the name, but if you I think of James Bond in Casino Royale.
Seamaster.
Was he? Yeah, he was wearing that Seamaster 300, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't see him
Casino
wearing-
Royale wasn't. He was wearing the
300. No?
Aquaterra?
It's a Seamaster, right?
No, Seamaster, but not 300.
in
The
Casino
Aquaterra
Royale?
is 300, no?
300 is
I
just
might be wrong. I'm gonna have
just check it out,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to Google it.
I'm
as
not
well.
checking shit. Just tell your story.
Wow,
It's not that. No, it's
So
just
angry.
not even a story. My
French people are really angry.
Jesus
Don't
Christ.
upset him. Do not give him your phone number.
I couldn't see him wearing a Richard Mille in the Monaco casino when he's playing against Le Carte or whatever his name is.
Oh, in the because I've looked it up in the casino.
yeah.
He actually is wearing the Seamaster 300M,
Okay.
the one that I love.
Yeah, it has that like vintage thing to it. Yeah,
But
it was on a NATO.
Yeah.
It has this like Bond NATO.
No, he was on a bracelet.
Yeah, but there's a Bond NATO
Maybe,
that comes
maybe.
with it, which is the gray and black.
So the Bond NATO is
He
black
wears like
and gray.
5 different
Yeah.
watches.
But the gray is in the middle of the NATO?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
There's because
Yeah.
like my NATO right now I have on the Beluga, it's gray on the outside.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, so Bond is the gray is in the inside. Like
Yes.
racing stripes.
Racing stripes, yeah. Yours is just like an outline.
So he's wearing the wave dial blue Seamaster 300M
Oh, get out. I
on a
didn't know it was that
bracelet.
one.
Yeah, at the casino. But honestly, I've looked, because I'm going to be talking
that's
about
like
those
the-
movies after.
That's like the regular, not the regular. That's like the more true to the original because there is that new Bond that came out. I think it was
But-
Sky. What's the one afterwards? Terrible.
The Skyfall, the
Skyfall?
Spectre.
Skyfall. That's the one that came. Was it Skyfall or Spectre? The one that came out with like the vintage style.
Yes,
Spectre.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you look at Pierce Brosnan, right? He wore only this watch, right?
And it shoot lasers.
Nothing else.
Right.
Whereas
They did have lasers.
Whereas they got a contract at Omega for all the James Bond movies, right?
It used to be
He
Rolex,
wears like
right?
4 different watches in the movie. This is not the only watch he wears in Casino Royale. He wears a lot of different Omegas in there, and they're all 3 Seamasters, but just different variations of Seamasters.
Goddamn.
Too bad. So Omegas.
So at the beginning of Casino Royale, he's wearing the Seamaster Planet Ocean.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
referring to. But then later in the movies, they have like the Spectre.
That's a big
Then
watch.
they have and the Spectre's a nice watch.
Spectre's a nice watch.
Yeah.
But that's a big watch. The
Matt
Platinum
Gray,
Ocean.
right? The Spectre one?
Yeah.
If I'm remembering it straight.
Matt Gray. No, it's like a black with a gold loom.
Yeah.
I feel.
Oh yeah. Is
Yeah,
there
like
a
gold
James
indices.
Bond edition that's like Matt Gray?
And
Oh, I don't know
on a
if it's
NATO
possible.
strap. It's
NATO.
it's vintage with the again like
Tis
they
up.
do like a
So it's the middle. The
That's why I
James
said the
Bond
NATO,
nails.
yeah.
what do they call those dials when it's yellowish? It's not gilt.
Gilt.
Really. Is it still
Well, I
gilt?
don't know. There's vintage
'Cause-
loom.
Gilt is supposed to have gold indices, right? But this is not really. It's kind of like vintagey style, right? A lot of watches they make. A lot of military watches do that.
I just don't know if I could spend that much money and get a NATO. You know,
I was looking at Omega NATO straps,
Yeah.
man, like $300 for a
Yeah.
NATO strap. I
yeah,
just
but you just bought a $6,000 watch.
yeah, but I understand, but I can get the same level of quality for the NATO strap for
Almost.
a lot less.
Yeah.
Right?
Can you pay for the buckle, right? The
Well, no.
Yeah,
well,
probably.
look, I bought a Hodinky strap for my Nomos, It
so
is.
you pay like super premium for it.
Well, because I didn't get the crocodile.
Half the price of Omega NATO strap, right? It's still like
I paid $175, right? It is the best strap, one of the best I've ever had. But still, the normal strap is better. And I have on one of the watches, we'll take a picture later, so it'll fit with the episode. I have a Hellbras. It has a normal strap on it. The normal straps.
Normal strap on it.
Oh my God. They're excellent. But this Nomos, they have Shell Cordovan. They have Horween. They have Horween as well.
Very versatile at what they do. Strap-ons and watches.
Excellent. And they're $140 Canadian. They're like, I would go, they have odd lug widths. Like mine's 19. They're, for my Nomos it's 19 millimeters.
So 19.3.
A lot of Seikos, Grand Seikos, obviously, they're at 19. They have odd, they have very, because they go, look, what fits best with the watch size? Because it's weird. Sometimes you get lugs that are 22 when it shouldn't be that.
Yeah,
right.
It's funny because Japanese are like that in cars too.
They're very like unconventional.
So we talk about wheels, right? There's a lug width for the distance between every lug. So most of the cars are 5 lugs, right? Or 5 bolts.
Okay.
If you go to German, it's 5 by 112. So it's 112 millimeters between every bolt. Some others are 110 and some 120, right? And Japanese, it's 114.3.
Wow, fuck you.
Well, I mean, Japanese watches like Orients, right? The Bambino is notoriously having 19 millimeter lugs, right? Yeah. Which is not very easy when you're looking for a strap to put on.
No.
So we're talking about James Bond in movies.
Let's just start with that, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
you have a James Bond. Do you want to talk about it first?
Yeah. So, one of my 3 movies and watches that I've chosen is, actually, I mean, it's James Bond in general, but...
Okay, yeah, the series, right? So there's only Omega.
Well, not really. So it's kind of James Bond, but I wanted to focus on Goldeneye. So it's the first Pierce Brosnan movie. One of the best movies, I think, James Bond. It's just over the top and ridiculous, right?
I think at one point he shoots a rope that is holding a box, a crate. Isn't that the one? Goldeneye. He shoots like a rope that's holding a crate over a dude. But just shoot the dude. No, he shoots
I can't remember.
Is it in Goldeneye that the watch shoot lasers?
Stop. What's with you and lasers today?
Yeah, stop talking about lasers. It's not nice.
Yes.
Dangerous.
No,
Can't wait to hear your watches. There better be lasers.
Yeah, better be lasers in your watches.
There's time travel.
I'm going to leave that part of the episode.
We hate him. We hate him so much. No, but I mean, I chose Goldeneye. I love the James Bond movies. I love Pierce Brosnan. He's a sexy man.
Wow. No, there's no arguing that. I think my mom really likes Pierce Brosnan.
It's tough to argue that. If you guys have seen, there's a new Netflix movie with Will Ferrell when they're like in Iceland and he plays Will Ferrell's father. He is incredibly good looking for somebody who's like, I don't know, in his mid 60s.
Yeah, fast.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But he's also a cool dude.
He's cool.
He's a cool dude. But that was the one when the Famke Janssen or whatever, she was like choking people out with her thighs.
Oh man. Movie. You know what's so funny?
Oh yeah.
Crushing them. It's so funny. It's kind of like I think that Bond movies became a little bit more serious in the 21st century. Right? Sorry?
They came serious with the Daniel Craig era of James Bond.
Yeah. Yeah, the last one, the most recent series with Daniel Craig became a bit more raw and serious. Whereas if you look at like Pierce Brosnan, it's almost like an action comedy, right? It's ridiculous, like.
But that's
Famke.
Good. That's
I love that. I love that. Like there's
because he's going into this series.
Because when I was like, imagine when I watched this movie for the first time, I was watching it in Russian, right? And a lot of jokes.
So James Bond was the bad guy.
Yeah. James Bond. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh no! Dmitri Mishkin died.
So Dmitri kind of looks
cheering for the Russian soldiers.
Doesn't Dmitri kind of look? He does look like Sean Bean. Isn't Sean Bean in that movie? He obviously dies. If he's in that movie, he dies. But Sean Bean is in that movie.
I mean,
yeah, he's 006.
It's not a spoiler, right? This movie came out.
Is he?
Yeah,
006.
Yeah, he's 006, and he betrayed the double service program type of thing.
Really? Service program.
But his name's not James Bond in Russia. His name's like your pal Oleg.
Like,
Kamarad.
It's not a spoiler. The movie came out 25 years ago. Yes, Sean Bean dies. Oh no. We just lost half of our audience.
I didn't even see that movie.
You serious?
No,
okay.
yeah, sorry.
So what I was getting to is that why it's funny. When I was watching it for the first time, like whenever it came out, it was in Russian, right? And a lot of the jokes that they make, you can't even translate them, right? They don't translate into a different language. For example, Famke Janssen's character in the movie is Xenia on the top.
Oh,
and then when they introduce each other, she goes, "I'm Xenia on the top." And Pierce Brosnan goes, "On the top?" She goes, "Yes, on the top." And like when I saw it for the first time in Russian, I'm like, why is this funny? Why are they focusing on this? It doesn't make sense because when they translate it, it doesn't translate the same way. Because if you translate it to exactly the same words, it doesn't sound like a last name. You can't do that.
Snow leopard or something?
I can't even know.
Okay.
Like they gave her a different last name.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like they just literally didn't translate it. So it's like on the top. I'm like, okay, on the top doesn't mean anything in Russian, right? But it is. Yeah. It's funny. And there's a lot of that. Man, they at some point take a tank and race it through St. Petersburg and just destroy the city. It is so over the top. I know that like...
That was a great one, yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a scene with a plane that's really good, too.
Oh, man. At the beginning, right? He is running because the plane is like, there's no pilot in the plane and he falls off the cliff and he jumps after the plane and they're falling down a cliff. He glides into the plane and then takes the control and then makes it not crash. Oh, my God. It is so over the top. And as he's flying away, for some reason, the base that he was escaping from just explodes.
For some reason.
It is so fucking amazing. Anyways, but the watch, and that's the first movie that this watch was introduced in the movie.
Right.
That's the Omega Seamaster 300M. The thing is, one little interesting note is that that watch right now is primarily, I mean, obviously it's nicer to have that watch when it's a mechanical movement. The one Pierce Brosnan wore in the first two movies that he made was the quartz version of that watch. Whereas I think he made 4 movies overall. Whereas in the later, he changed to the automatic.
Andy has that watch.
Yeah.
And
Andy has the Goldeneye. He doesn't even know it's golden. I don't even know if he knows it's Goldeneye, but I'm going to tell him. I'm going to see him.
Andy is
Kim's dad. Kim's dad, yeah. So
Kim is
my wife. But he has the James Bond watch. I don't know if he knows he has the James Bond watch, but I'm going to tell him and I'm going to make sure he calls it that. What are you wearing? The James Bond watch. Because his is actually the real one because it's a quartz. He has the quartz one.
Like, I don't know about how if you guys like that watch or not, but for me, it's
great.
It's one of my favorite divers. I think I'm going to own it at some point. I just need to kind of get
I love it. I've tried it on. It looks good because I think the bracelet, like your...
I tried it on also. It looks fantastic.
Your Speedmaster has that, like, it's a substantial bracelet, and that watch is 36 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. And it fits
not the regular Seamaster.
No, the one in the movie, the Goldeneye one was
36. maybe. But I tried on the new version.
Oh, the new one's different.
I think it's also 42, but
41.
It doesn't look 42. Big. It doesn't look chunky. It's a good watch. 300-meter water resistance too. Yeah. Not that you'll ever need this, but I love the wave dial.
You're in the middle of the sea here.
Plus also,
thank God my watch is 300 meters. God damn it!
Oh, I'm safe now. The watch is gonna make sure that.
It's like, dude, you're missing an arm. A shark just bit off your arm. Yeah, but
I have my watch.
My watch is still.
I'm a lefty, so my watch is. That watch is fantastic, and obviously it doesn't do whatever Omega does for the Speedmasters, where they just try to preserve all of the original movements. So it's like an old mechanical in the Speedmaster.
Right.
It benefits from the coaxial movement, like the latest in the Omega technology and power reserve and
there were some
anti-magnetic, I think, as well. Like they've everything. So it is a lot of watch. Technically, it's a very cool watch.
But I think what's crazy about that watch is that the new Seamaster has a 300-meter water resistance and has an exposed caseback. And normally you don't see it. Normally when they're divers, they have a solid caseback to make sure to combat pressure.
Yeah, but it's more expensive, but you can still achieve the same rating, right? More expensive. No. You pay extra to have that open caseback but the same rating.
In Omega?
Not in Omega in general. Let's say you have the same watch.
Right.
Identical, right? And you want to have the same rating. One is open caseback and one's not. The one with open caseback is going to be pricier for sure.
Right, always.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
it's achievable.
It almost has the option, right?
To be able to achieve the same depth rating, right? Yeah. You have to, I guess, do a lot more work to make sure that your crystal in the back is going to be resistant to that same
Pressure.
Yeah, that's it. It's always possible to just pricier because I'm guessing there's other things that go way.
Yeah, but many of them don't. When you get to 300 meters, a lot like to have exposed case backs, and it's more rare. I find.
It's a flex.
I am.
You have one.
I'm looking at the. I'm looking at
Definitely.
the Seamaster 300M right now on the Omega website. Right, just the latest version that they have. Right, so it's a 42 millimeter. It seems like it's exactly the same dimensions. Actually, looks well. It's a similar looking bracelet, not exactly the same as the Speedmaster. It has an exhibition case back. It's a beautiful movement as well. 300 meters is impressive. Caliber 8800.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find where.
It's a helium escape valve, I think. Doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Super
does.
useful for when we go into the pool, right?
Yeah, sure.
Especially the shallow end of the pool, right? I can't find, but I'm just trying. I was trying to figure out what is the power reserve in that watch. I'm assuming it must be at least 70 hours.
Oh, no, maybe. Yeah,
At least 10.
it's possible.
I'm
At
gonna
least
look it
10.
up.
Maybe 12. Who knows?
It'll get you to separate time.
It's anywhere between 10 and 500. It's
Probably-
50. It's 55 hours
Okay.
power reserve,
Yeah, it's pretty.
and
Standard.
it's also master chronometer certification, METAS.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a cool mechanism, right?
How much did that go for?
It's the same price as my Speedmaster.
So 6K.
So it's about 6K Canadian.
It's a pretty good deal. Maybe I'll buy that.
Yeah. When I was in Toronto,
That's not on the list of what you sent us
Now-
to help you choose.
But now that I found,
I'm not gonna share my list of watches with you ever. You just go and buy that watch. You're like Danny DeVito in It's Always Sunny. Remember when he like asks his children what do they want for Christmas and just goes buys those things for himself? At some point, he buys like a Louis Vuitton purse.
A
That his daughter
Lamborghini.
wanted, and he wears like Cheetos in it.
yeah, and a Lamborghini Countach.
Yeah. Oh man, he buys a Louis Vuitton purse or like one of the fancy brands, and he just fills it to the top with Cheetos,
Just
and it's
puffs it.
with nothing.
It's
And
like
it's
a Fendi
disgusting.
bag or
Oh,
something. Yeah.
Oh. Kevin, do you want to go with your first movie you watch combo?
Yes. Mine was also James Bond, but very different. So it's less about the movie, more about the watch. So I actually like digital watches, believe it or not. I really enjoy them.
What?
Yeah. So
Wow.
recently Hamilton.
Unfriend.
That was the last episode of Kevin. Thank you for coming.
Starting from the next episode, we will have
Oh,
our
man.
friend Anthony joining us instead of Kevin.
Friend?
I mean, we have to lie. Right?
So yeah,
We're not friends anyway.
your watch.
Oh, you know what? You guys be haters. This James Bond, there was an the original Hamilton Pulsar time computer. So it was a watch that was announced in the 70s.
computer.
Oh no, man! It was one of the most revolutionary timepieces, and it was actually the most expensive watch when it came out. They had a gold
Wait, is that
one.
the Roger Moore?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
the original Hamilton Pulsar time computer. So they actually offered it to the public in a solid gold case
Moonraker?
at $2,100. It was more expensive at the time than a Rolex.
What?
Yes.
This?
Yeah. But that's not the one I like. I like the PSR, but I like the P2B. The one in the movie is steel. So the other one there that you see, that's in stainless steel, not the gold one. I wouldn't get the gold one. Yeah, exactly. So the P2 was featured in Live and Let Die and Roger Moore. So there's that first scene of the movie. It's the very first scene. He doesn't wear it the whole time. M, who's short for what, Mom, is it? She shows up. She knocks at the door.
For Mark.
He presses the button. Ooh la la.
Does this shoot lasers?
He presses the button. It lights up 5:48 a.m. He presses it again to make sure he sees the time right. And literally, if you read up on it, there were people in the audience that are apparently like, because it was like so cool as a technology at the time in the 70s to see these LED watches. Karl's shaking his head. And
It was
then,
either that or like LSD making them go, ooh.
wow, what? Extreme. You don't need to do LSD to appreciate this.
What?
Yeah. And then he gets that watch replaced later in the movie by a Rolex. And there's a scene that has them like one right next to the other. And to like Hamilton or Pulsar, Hamilton, that was like the win. That was like perfect product placement. So there's a new one that came out in the Hamilton PSR. Sorry. God, this Coors Light is just killing me.
Whoa. It's classy.
It's classy. It's not so unclassy to burp. So Hamilton came out with a new one this year. It's 40 millimeters, almost 41 millimeters in diameter. 34.7 lug to lug. So it's like this like square kind of rectangle shape. Sorry. Sapphire crystal, 100-meter water resistance. Very true to form. And the sapphire crystal is like elevated. So I really liked it. Not more in terms of the movie. I thought it was really cool. I've seen the movie. I really thought it was great. I think I would have probably appreciated more if I was born in the 70s, or not born, if I was...
Probably.
Yeah, if I was there.
Up. A lot of movies don't age very well.
No.
There's a lot more requirements now to make sure the movies like look realistic, and back then it was just really...
Just images after images, you don't understand what's going on.
So I actually enjoyed that movie more than what was the backup to that actual piece, because I was actually going to think of the Hamilton Ventura, because I own a version of it, very different, and I'll put a picture in the podcast notes in our Instagram. Look us up, and then
Big Black Clock.
Yeah, Big Black Clock official, and Elvis wore it in Blue Hawaii, but I didn't like that movie very much. I did not like Men in Black very much, and I saw a lot of commercials for the new one, and they came out with it. But I did listen to an interview with Hamilton where they're discussing how they got commissioned to do the watch for Men in Black, the futuristic stuff. And I was like, that is a cool watch. It really is a cool watch.
It is very cool.
Very cool. So the one I have is a little bit different from the 70s and that. So I decided to go with another Hamilton.
Which is still very cool.
The PSR. And I'm seriously considering,
one?
Well, yeah, they're not that expensive. And they're pretty cool. And
you just said they were the most expensive watch
in the 70s. The solid gold one.
And you're not getting a solid gold one?
I'm not Liberace. I'm not getting a solid gold digital watch.
Like, just do it. Like, what's the problem there?
Just do it.
It's a solid gold digital watch. There's a difference. Yes. The only solid gold watch I would get
is the Pulsar.
No, absolutely not.
Just do it.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
It's easy. That's 2 words. Do it.
Yeah, just do it. Add to cart and press check out. That's all.
I'm not getting a... And you know what? I can't. Because it was limited edition. They don't even sell it anymore.
What if I find it?
So eBay.
Try to find it. Let's see if you can find it.
If we find it, you buy it?
No. I'll add to cart. We'll see if I check out. I'm not getting a solid gold fucking...
and then press place order.
So you're saying you want to buy one that's not solid gold. Like, no. Anyone cares, but like tell your story.
Like a plastic one, right? Like a fake version.
Let's see. Hamilton PSR gold.
I've lost interest in this conversation. Karl, would you like to talk about your movie?
Yeah, why not? So, it's another Hamilton.
Hamilton.
So you go next, Dima.
Hamilton or Hamilton?
Oh, we're just skipping, eh?
Yeah, we're just skipping it. Hamilton.
It's French.
Yes. And it's a Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh, yeah? No.
Tenet?
Which one?
Tenant.
No.
It's a comedy show with 2 friends.
Expired lease. One angry tenant.
No, I think it's a movie that we all liked. At least I really love that movie. It's Interstellar.
Yeah. It's great.
It is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah. I remember when I left the theater at that movie, I didn't talk for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Because you get, I mean...
Dimitri and I would see it was the same kind of thing, yeah.
I remember that moment very well because when we were coming out of the theater, we didn't speak with each other for like maybe a few minutes because we were like overwhelmed with emotion because that movie has everything.
Yeah.
It has comedy, action, like incredible drama, and acting was fantastic. I think to this moment for me, and I'll let you speak there, like the moment when Matthew McConaughey comes back from the water planet and watches the videotapes of his daughter.
The last 20 years of his
He
daughter.
goes from like laughing to hysterically crying in like a split second. And I thought that this was like one of the best acting I've ever seen in any movie ever.
Yeah.
Because it was so believable, right? Yeah. There's so much emotion in that scene.
You know, I feel it's peak for him as an actor. Interstellar.
Yeah, he was good in...
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it, but he won an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Like,
really good.
He was
Jean-Marc Vallée.
He was fantastic in True Detective in the first season. I can't say... I don't think Interstellar has too much action.
It's not because you peak that you're bad after that. I mean, that's not what I'm saying.
You peak. You have a lot of stuff that comes out while you peak. Yeah, but he's peaking. Yeah, but he was also great in A Time to Kill.
When he was younger, he started off as like more like a romantic comedy guy, right?
Yeah, but remember, Time to Kill was excellent.
I haven't seen it.
All right.
No, that's not it. No, it's he's a lawyer in the Deep South at John Grisham. It's the one with Sam Jackson. Kills the guy who raped his daughter, and he's on trial. and Matthew McConaughey's defending him as his lawyer.
I haven't seen it.
It's good, and it's in like Mississippi.
I'm Russian. Like, I don't know watch American movies.
What is this?
What is this?
Cowboy? What is this trial? We just shoot.
Why is
over.
nobody dancing in this movie?
Where are the bears? Where?
So yeah, Interstellar.
Unbelievable. No bears. Where are your streets? Please, Karl, continue.
I have bought the Hamilton khaki Murph. It's coming out from that movie, right? It was a prop for that movie, and Hamilton did the watch after that. A limited edition for a box, but the normal watch.
Is it still a limited edition? Like they don't have
the box
anymore?
only. They do
Just,
like
the box.
Yeah.
It's a cool box.
The Tesseract.
Yeah, the Tesseract box. I almost got it, but I didn't.
But they said
it's a cool box.
Yeah.
when I was listening to
Though
podcasts,
you don't need a box, right?
they were commissioned for that. They said they had reached out, said, we want to make a watch for this movie. We need a watch for this movie. We want to make it. And then they had discussions on what it should look like. Then they made it, but it wasn't being produced, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
No. So yeah,
It's a real prop.
the Murph. But there's two watch, right? So the Murph is because of Murphy, the daughter in the movie. But Cooper, the Matthew McConaughey, as a day-date pilot.
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know if it was it the 46? Like,
I didn't find the size. I just found that picture and linked to that watch, right?
Okay.
it was a 43 or 42.
So it's only Hamilton in the whole movie of all the watches that you see, right? And I just remember that
luckily her name was Murphy. Like, what if her name was like Javier? You're not gonna call it the Javier. It's a terrible name for a watch.
Very lucky.
It's true.
What a coincidence, right? Would you just say?
Oh my god! Yeah, that's gonna get beeped out.
Yeah, so I choose that movie and I watch it because the watch is the center of the movie at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it is a beautiful watch.
I feel that the movie is closing with that watch, right? I don't want to spoil it because it's 6 years old. I'm guessing there's some people who haven't seen it yet. So for person who didn't see the Murph yet, it's the Murph is cathedral hands. It's a yellowish, like a classic or old school look for the indicators and the hands.
Yeah.
It's like aged, right? It's like pre-aged.
Yeah.
It's a field watch in some aspect of it, like the big numbers.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something.
Well, I always want to say something.
I was about to talk about the Easter eggs on the watch. The one.
Oh.
So on the second hands, there's Morse code. You really need to look into it. If you take a picture, you can zoom in. If not, you really need to look really closely. But there's the Eureka in Morse code on the second hands. If you've watched the movie, you know when they found the equation to control gravity, to reverse gravity.
But he uses Morse code to try to communicate with her.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, but the Eureka on that watch is from the scene in the movie when she figured it out, right?
Yeah.
Right.
She
screams Eureka.
I have a funny story about Eureka specifically. I was in Toronto last year, and me and my friend Radian, we went to a watch store in there at the Eaton Center, and the watch saleswoman, she didn't really know much about watches, and I was just like at my peak of like obsession with just different brands and stuff, and they had a lot of stuff in store. So one of the watches that they did have was the Murph, and then I was like, oh, can I see that? And I was showing Radian, right, and the lady was also there. And at that point, this was like the fifth watch that I was showing to Radian. I was talking about the watches, right? And I'm like, hey guys, by the way, if you look at the second hand, you'll see it says there's like little notches, and it means Eureka in Morse code. And at that point, like obviously not the sales lady, but my friend Radian, he's like, oh my gosh, shut up, let's leave. Like enough watch talk. Let's just leave. This is too much.
I would have loved if she was like, oh yeah, I noticed those spots. We can wash those out. We'll just get you another. Like, oh gosh.
That watch is beautiful. I really want to get. This is to me the most beautiful field watch.
You should borrow it from him and just wear it for a week and see if you like it.
It's not the borrowing. It's just that I have there's no other regular style Hamilton that has little going on the dial. A lot of them have much busier dials, right? And obviously the cathedral hands, they're not present in any other field watches that they have. If they have like a regular version that doesn't necessarily have to be a Murph of just that, doesn't have to be cathedral hands. If they have a dial that's not busy, just like this one, because they usually have multiple different layers of hours, right, on the You have a pretty nice
Open
leather
case
strap in
back.
there too. Yeah.
For me, for that price, I got it under 1,000 Canadian, but normally they go right now for 1,000 to 13.
What's the movement in there? Is it an ATA 2824, like a variation of this? I'm assuming.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like their H caliber, which is modification. It's like a
lower beat, more power reserve. I'm assuming.
No, I don't know. I think it's just an ETA that is modified by Hamilton.
But personally, for that money, beside the original bands that come with it, I feel it's a home run. Styling wise, open case bag, and it give you everything that you could look for that style of watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that bracelet's awful, but it's a great watch. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you change
it. It is. It's one of the. I think it's one of the newer
H10.
Yeah, it's one of the newer Tissot movements where they upgraded the. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? Not the Tissot movements. It's one of the newer ETA movements where they've. I think it's a lower beat, which allowed them to increase the power reserve. It's 80-hour power reserve in this watch.
Yeah, it's 80 hours. Yeah.
It's very good. And to me, this is quite important, right? Because that's one of the other reasons why I wear my Speedmaster every second day, because it's only 40 hours. You have to wind it every day, or it will stop. So I kind of try to do that because of that mostly.
But on the Murph 2, it's a brush case and it's polished right next to the dial
bezel.
Right?
Yeah.
So two-tone case, I would like to call it. For me, it's really a beautiful watch, and the fact that the whole movie was centered around that watch.
So it has really long lugs.
Yeah,
and very thin profile. You see how the curvature of the lugs.
I think that's
over
what saves it a little bit, right? Because the lugs, I agree, they're a bit long,
but they curve.
But yeah,
unlike the Pilot, the Mark 18 from IWC, I tried on that watch. I loved it, but it was just like this. It was just flat on my wrist, and it was over. It would go like this. My wrist would curve, and it would like the lugs would just keep going straight.
Yeah. So the bands on your watch make a triangle shape.
It's really
right.
I don't get it. And I have a pretty common wrist size at 7 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this strap is great on it.
So overall that was my movie and watch. I recommend both the movie and the watch for anyone who's listening.
Is there? Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with either of those. Is there a watch that's not a special edition? Which one would say resembles the most? Which one resembles the Murph the most from the regular lineup of Hamilton watches?
It's part of their khaki lineup, right?
Yeah, this you can get, yeah.
But I don't think there's really any khaki that's close to that.
No, not at all.
At all, right?
No.
It's either huge from like The Martian or Tenet, the new movie. Not Tenet.
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 What is the water resistance on this thing?
I don't know. Minimal, I guess. It's in
this
space.
No, this is just like a field watch. It's like a 10 bar.
Not much, eh?
No, 100 meters.
It's 100 meters?
Yeah, 10 bar.
Okay. Is it?
I'm 99% sure it's 10 bars.
It's probably behind it, right?
Is it?
Oh, yes.
It is 10
Water
bar. It is 10 bar, yeah.
10 bars.
10 bar.
Boom.
145 PSI.
I mean, for that price, it's an amazing, it's a very good value, I think. Because I was talking about the Zin 556 before, right?
Nice.
Also, it's a bit more expensive if you buy new. It's a little bit more expensive, not by a lot. And this is a equally amazing value, I find. There's really not much more you can get for that price.
Isn't that a chronograph, the 556? No,
556 is a field watch. The only difference that 556 has a 20 bar.
Yeah.
But then 100 bar is enough. You can wash dishes.
The idea of the
200 bar or 10 bar?
Well, 10 bar.
100 bar, yeah. No. You're in the Marina Trench.
No,
Mariana
10,
Trench.
10 and 20 bar.
Yeah.
Cool. Because at 20 bar, you never have to worry about anything.
Omega did a deep sea something.
Yeah.
And it's thick.
Yeah, but that thing went down to, it's like 3,000 meters of water resistance.
But this watch
like 300 bar.
Is like 4 times the height of like a regular. It's like 30 millimeters.
If you want to see something crazy? Look it up right now. Look up the Spinnaker 1,000-meter diver.
Spinnaker?
Yeah. Spinnaker 1,000-meter. Look at the bulb on this. It's called the Spinnaker Picard, like Jean-Luc Picard. Look at this thing. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
This thing looks like this.
God damn.
Look at this thing.
It's a slab of metal.
It's a slab but the thing has water resistance of 1,000 meters.
Yeah.
With a Swiss movement. This is what it looks like on the wrist.
Okay, it's very similar to what I was talking about,
yeah.
which is the Omega Seamaster Ultra Deep.
Yeah, the Ultra Deep, yeah. Ooh. But the thing about that one, the Ultra Deep, they found one. It went down in the Mariana Trench or something and survived. Yeah, that thing's insane.
This is insane.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of.
This is
crazy.
insane. But I actually didn't even look what water resistance on this thing is. But
what's on your wrist? What's that bulge on your wrist? Are you just happy to see me or?
Jesus Christ.
So here we go. Next movie, guys. So go around the table. So second movie for Dmitri.
Yeah. Again, so first movie I was talking about how I actually really love the watch, and it's just a coincidence that I really kind of like for you, right? I love the watch, and I'm probably gonna own it at some point. But I also love the movies. Second movie is mostly about the movie. Not I couldn't find a lot. So second movie is Pulp Fiction. And the watch is for sure everybody knows that scene when Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken.
He comes walking in the room.
He gives the gift of the watch.
Hey, you, come here.
So what's the scene?
So the scene is when young Bruce Willis, he plays Butch Coolidge in that movie. His father's army friend comes to visit them because his father died in battle or in a prison camp or something, and he gifts him a watch, right, that was passed on through generations, which was originally owned by Bruce Willis's great grandfather in World War I, right, and he carried it through the war. Then it was passed on to his grandfather, and then to his father, and then father, they got captured, and this is a funny part of that. They got captured, and in prison camp, to make sure that they don't take that watch away, he had to put it in his butt. And for 5 years, he carried it in his butt. But then he died. But then he died, he passed the watch to his friend and said, hey, if you survive, bring it to my son. And then he had to carry it in his butt for 2 years. And that was like the last thing he says before saying, hey, by the way, here's the watch.
That watch is powered by fecal matter.
I'm hoping he cleaned it.
But did he die with the watch in his butt? So is it
he passed it on. He passed it on.
What's the limit of what you're going to put up your ass to save it?
But this is actually also an interesting question, because like when you put you have the water resistance, right? Like 10 bar, 20 bar. What is the butt resistance? Like how many years can you carry the watch in your butt before it
What? No, I have a better question. When you take a shit, you just push it out, or you go fish it out before taking a shit?
Okay. So the watch I chose, no. No, but I think the what makes that piece cool for Dima, other than his his
unhealthy obsession
fetish.
with butts.
Exactly.
With putting things in your butt.
Stop putting your toilet in your ass.
Your ass.
In your ass. The
race team.
What I think Dima likes about that watch, and
it's the movie. It's not
and the story. It's just very cool.
It's
just very cool. He pulls out this watch. He's like pulls it out of his hand.
By the way, he doesn't pull it out of his butthole. He already took it out before.
Exactly.
Before
we could stop saying butthole and call it nature pocket.
Nature's pocket.
No, that's clearly the vagina.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's just nature's pocket. Because if someone came up to you and said, "Hey, I got some Coke." A bag of Coke, it's like, yeah, how'd you get it in here? It's like, yeah, I had it in my ass. You'd be like, good. But if someone's like, oh, a girl's like, I smuggled in my vagina, you're like, all right. True or false?
I mean, yeah.
Are you asking that question?
I am asking that question.
But nobody can answer, right? This is the podcast. It's just
we're gonna cut all this out.
No, it's gonna be a long beep. We're just
gonna cut. We're just gonna cut.
No, one long beep.
No. So yeah, it's a very cool movie. I think that was a cool scene, and yeah.
Well, I mean.
Because that watch itself, you wouldn't have given a shit. If
I have tried to Google. Honestly, the watch is the Lancet, a World War I field watch. Mm-hmm. There's nothing on the internet about this. I'm assuming this is like some old brand that didn't exist for many years. It did exist during World War I times, but it's 100 years ago. There's really nothing on the internet. There's nothing I could find historic. But to be honest, the watch itself, there's absolutely nothing special about it. It looks kind of it makes me think a little bit about the what is that Detroit company that Shinola, right? Because it was during those times when watches were still clocks, and then they kind of started to figure out that you can put it on your wrist.
Yeah.
So a lot of the shapes are similar. So it kind of looks like a clock, but also has lugs to be able to put a NATO strap and put it on your wrist.
It's a pocket watch that was.
Yeah, exactly. So the watch itself is nothing special. It's not a particularly nice watch. But I think it is one of the most iconic scenes in any movie ever that has a watch present.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've always known about that watch. Even when I was a kid, I didn't care about the watches. I didn't care about just brands or like that. But I've always known about that specific movie and that specific watch, right? It just
and there's nothing special about that watch.
Nothing, but it is.
It's just the impact on the movie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that watch actually plays a big role. It's not just that one moment when he gets it as a gift, right?
Well, he has to go back for it at one point, right?
Because when they were supposed to leave the city, when he
goes back,
when he beats the guy when he was supposed to lose, right? His girlfriend forgot to bring it. And he had to go back, and having to go back to get the watch is the reason why he shoots John Travolta and also gets captured with the
funny story. A girl I used to date used to be the nanny to that woman's kids.
Travolta.
No, to that girl, the girl who forgot the fucking watch.
Okay, cool.
Well, she's I don't think I've seen her ever in any other movies other than this one. She's not famous actress or anything.
No, she's not famous. But that's the funny trivia from that. A girl used to be the nanny to the kids of that. I wish I had the butt belly. That girl.
Yeah. But anyways, Pulp Fiction, one of the best movies of all time. The dialogue is just crazy.
Yeah,
I also what they call Royale
with cheese.
Royale with cheese. Yeah.
No, you fucked it up. You want to call it quarter pounder with cheese?
I have ruined it.
You've ruined it.
Right. Just cut the podcast.
I was looking online, and there's people building replicas of that watch.
Yeah.
But why would? Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
And
it's not a particularly
assembled
nice
this
replica either. Like, why would you want a replica?
Using 3 authentic World War I trench watches to build that thing.
Yeah.
I find
sorry, that's what it is. I said I call it a field watch. It's the Lancet World War I trench watch.
Yeah,
trench watch.
But again, it's called trench watch because that's just what they wore, and World War I was a trench warfare. Trenches. So it really, it's just that's how it's remembered probably. But yeah, this is I think one of the best Tarantino movies. I mean, he has done some really fantastic movies out there, and I think my favorite movies are probably some of the newer ones, like Inglourious Bastards or Django.
Hateful Eight.
Well, honestly, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was fantastic.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Hateful Eight's fantastic. I think the only ones that...
I wonder if Pulp Fiction had come out later, had it been better appreciated by some. Because, my folks now who are tough critics, and they're not bad. Like my mom and my dad are okay. They watch pretty much anything. I remember when they first saw Pulp Fiction, they're like, "What is this?" And now they watch his movies and they're like, "Oh my god, they're so good."
It's very quotable, and it's all about the dialogue. That's what I love about.
The story's great.
It ages very well because
people don't even realize what he's carrying around that briefcase. It's someone's soul.
You don't know. You never know.
What's a soul? That's the idea. He sold his soul, and the code is 666. He sold his soul to the devil.
It's one of the theories.
Yeah, he's walking around with bandages in his neck where your soul could escape from. There's all these weird things, like that's what it leads to, but it's all very subtle.
Yeah.
No one kind of gets it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, it came out in 94. At that time, movies, there's such an abundance of movies nowadays that people, again, they're tough critics because there's a lot of, let's say, you have to pass like a lot of rigorous tests. Every movie that is made for it to be considered good, it has to be super believable, realistic. The effects have to be good. The dialogue has to be perfect. Like in the 90s and even before, this was never a requirement, right? So, but that movie has some of the best dialogues ever of all movies.
Yeah. No, it's excellent.
Agreed. So, Kevin.
Yeah, I, speaking of trench warfare, I went with something different. So this story, not the story, but how I got to this watch was I was actually watching the movie, and then I said, what is he wearing? And then I went to check. So the movie is World War Zed, speaking of trench warfare. Yep.
Z or Z?
Zed, I'm Canadian.
It's true. And if you said Z, you would have been from where?
America.
USA. Okay, cool. World War.
You learn your
Z.
When you learn your I don't know your alphabet when you're a kid. X, Y.
I learned it as Z, yes.
Yeah, Z.
I probably use both
Carl, why does that matter? Why are you interrupting me for this?
because I like interrupting you.
But can I ask you a question? Would it matter what I have answered?
No.
It's like, doesn't matter.
Why are we still
Do you
talking
like
about
blue
this?
or black more? It's like, for what? It's like, it doesn't matter. Just answer. And there is no right answer.
Which color is better?
Exactly.
Blue or black?
Yeah.
Objectively.
What is a
Please.
better number? 2 or 3?
A better, not higher.
Higher.
Imagine this
Which
is like a
number-
math question.
No, which number makes you more comfortable? 3 or 4? It's like, what?
Well, it is a tough question because 4 is an even number and you can divide it easily. 3 is a prime
Yeah,
number.
but you're OCD. This is, see his OCD come out? Oh, no. 3 is nonsense. So what is this?
Well,
Like,
because 3 is a prime number, can't divide it by anything other than itself
they
or
have
1.
songs literally called 3 is the magic number. That they literally sing.
Who is they?
Jack Johnson.
Who's that?
He's a singer.
Really?
Who sings 3 is the magic number.
Cool.
I know Jake Johnson from New Girl, and I know Jack Johnson,
Oh,
the
you would.
boxer from the early 20th century.
Not the
I know Jack
California-
Johnson, the
yeah,
singer.
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
So WWZ.
Yeah, let's
World War
let's just
Z.
talk about the movie.
Yeah. Well, in it, no, but I was watching the movie. I'm like, what is he wearing? So,
A watch.
yeah, but he's wearing an interesting brand called Tierra Cielo Mare, which is Italian for land, sea, land, air, and sea.
In that order?
Yeah. Tierra, cielo is le ciel, mare, la mare.
I'll trust you on that. I don't know.
I mean, honestly,
Tierra doesn't sound like tire.
my Italian is a little shaky, so I'm just going to have to go ahead and trust you.
Go ahead and trust you. So while I was wearing that watch, I was like, what is he wearing? And it's very interesting. So the brand was created in 1999, 2 partners since 1970s as importers of Swiss watches in Italy. And they're based in Milan. And their whole idea was, and all of their watches are super unique, very unique. And I was actually in France a couple of years back and I was in a shop and they had TCM, we'll call them, present to show off their collection, their current collection. They're really cool. So they had dials that were made of like concrete. They had dials that were made of all these different, they had a dial made of marble. Oh, you're hearing a background sound now. Am I hearing something outside? Anyway, if you guys hear it, sorry about that. And then, so anyway, they have all these different type of dials. So, and all these different types. They have in-house movements. They have a whole bunch of different compositions to their watches. So they're watches that you'll definitely either you love them or you hate it. So the watch that you'll see in World War Z. So Brad Pitt is like this scientist, or is he a scientist, or someone works for the government, right?
Work for the
No,
government.
he wasn't a scientist, but he was
Journalist?
No, I think he worked for the government.
In the book,
I don't read.
in the
I
book,
don't
it's a
read.
journalist.
You don't have to show off just because you can read.
The book is so much better.
But you know what? That's the first thing everyone says. Like, oh my god, the book is so much
I'm
better
sorry,
than the movie.
the movie is fantastic. I love.
Oh, did you like it? Because a lot of people didn't.
I love that movie, but I like zombie movies in general.
Like Frank loves.
But he never admits it.
No, he goes, I'm not a zombie fan.
No.
What's wrong with you? Like some kind of
How dare
insult.
you ask me that question?
How
Yeah.
dare you? Exactly. Why would you say that?
Why would you say that to me? Okay, friendship over. No, I really like that movie, but the book itself, it's a reporter who interviews people that survived the apocalypse for different perspectives. So what makes it amazing is that it doesn't follow one story. It follows basically a collection of short stories from different parts of the world, which is very cool. Which is what they tried to recreate.
So what is it? What is his? Who's Brad Pitt in the movie? What's his deal?
So he was like a
works for the government.
UN. He was like a UN.
Yeah.
Like a I can't remember, but he wasn't.
Peacekeeper or
But
diplomat.
no, I can't remember what his role is. I'm gonna
Because
look
the
it up.
thing is, in the movie, you see him. He's wearing like I always say it, like a rugged shirt, kind of. You know, like roll up the sleeves. It has this like little like.
He's the field guy.
A field guy. No, it's true. And he's wearing a watch that's very like that. He's this. It's called the Orienting PVD. So it's like black. It is a busy dial, very large at 47 millimeters.
I wasn't even wrong. I'm looking up the movie on Wikipedia, and it says former UN field agent.
No one disagreed with you.
No, but I mean, like,
I wasn't
this is-
even wrong.
They don't specify more. They just say he's a former UN field agent.
Okay.
Like,
Because he did get access. Like they're in the middle of the street, and he grabs his kids, and they get to
Right.
some place where he gets on a
and he has-
helicopter. So he's
well,
got to be
like,
somebody.
somebody who owns a helicopter knows you.
But
You're
he's wearing
pretty
cargo
important.
pants.
He's Brad Pitt.
No, he's wearing cargo pants.
Brett.
Brett.
Brad. Brett.
Brad Pitt. You know Brad Pitt?
Bread.
Brad Pitt.
Bagel pit.
So the thing is that TCM, the train is going by. So TCM actually makes watches for the three branches, for example, of the armed forces. You got the land, the sea, the air. And what's really cool is when I was reading about them, there's a lot of rumors that they actually produce the straps, the bracelets, and the cases for a very expensive, luxurious Swiss brand. And
it's only rumors? There's no proof
Well,
of that?
when they were questioned, they kind of like kept their tight lip because there's been a lot of rumors about that where, for example, there's some places like in Glashütte, which is like Sassice, Uren Technology in Glashütte. They made certain cases, Zinn, for example. Zinn, there's rumors that Zinn has made cases, for example, for Langensan. No kidding, like seriously. So,
goddamn.
So it puts into perspective. So they were able to do a lot, TCM, according to this rumor, based on that. So when I met them, when I went to see them in this little shop in France, and they were there doing their presentation, they had some really cool pieces. And I remember saying, I know you guys because I saw the watch in World War Z, and they go, "Yep, it was a choice by Brad Pitt." The costume designer, because that's the way it always works. The costume designer kind of puts out the watches, and the actor chooses the one he wants to wear. Well, through the direction of the people in the movie. And the watch was actually pretty cool. So it was like this, like I said, 47 millimeter. It has a rotating bezel that has a combination for a sun compass. So it's really pretty cool in terms of what they had. So my favorite watch that they actually carry is the TCM. It's called the Flak 88. And the Flak 88, what's really cool about it is that it's dedicated to a famous anti-aircraft cannon known as the Flak 88, which was one of the most successful cannons during World War II. And they actually took a piece of it, and the dial looks like what the cannon's trajectory or how it mapped out couldn't be.
That's cool.
So all of their watches kind of look very unique in that way. So let me see if I can find a couple here to share with you guys.
Very cool.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool. That's the orienting. Yeah, that's the one from the movie. So they have another one, just to give you an idea, to show you the one with the concrete. They have one with a marble or granite. It's granite, sorry, granite dial. Hold on, TCM watch.
So their website is shut down right now. It says that they're going from some sort of a restructuring.
God damn, I didn't even know that. I didn't even check.
Only 5 ATM for the water resistant.
Yeah, I think it's more of a
space watch.
47 millimeters.
It's a big watch.
It's a chunker.
Oh yeah,
Chunker. A chunk.
Granite.
You don't know you never heard that chunker?
No. It's just that it makes me. It's funny to me because they usually refer to chunks when like it's like a puppy or something, right? Like a really fat.
If you look online, the chunker is a fat cat.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, maybe.
So like this is the one I saw in person. So you see, it has a concrete dial. Look at that thing underneath.
Concrete or granite?
They have one that's concrete, one that's granite.
So it's actual granite.
It's actual granite. So it would be
how heavy is that watch?
Concrete's cheaper because the granite was more expensive. But they had in-house movements. It's pretty cool. What did you say, Dimitri?
How expensive? Sorry, how heavy is that watch?
I don't know. It's
3 pounds.
Yeah.
Nobody can fact check it, right? Just randomly say a number.
Exactly.
45 kilos.
So look at that. So that's a pretty cool dial.
It's very cool. It's
it
quite
takes
busy.
a lot to get it.
The thing is, it's concrete. It's not that solid. Like when it's that.
No,
thin,
it's not.
Right?
No, probably not.
It's very porous.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to describe it.
Yeah, and then they have like different maps on the back of the dial.
It's very cool.
They're
very tooly.
Very tooly. Very cool. It jumped out at me during the movie. I had no choice I want to share because
really?
I was like,
I don't think I've noticed that. I mean, I was distracted by the zombies.
But this one jumped out at me, and it actually made me discover the brand. And I thought that was really cool. And having gone to France, and I was in a shop, and I'm like, oh my God, you guys have Tierra Selomare. And then I'm like, I saw that in Brad, and they're like, oh, they'll be here Saturday. I was there. And they're like, you want to stop by? And I stopped in because it was in the neighborhood where we're at. And I stopped in, and they were there. And then he's like, oh yeah, the guy told me about it. And we were talking, and then he starts going through all of his watches.
So that brand, Autodromo, you're finding all the watches in France.
The thing is that I go to pretty much every watch store I can. You know what I mean? So when I'm out there and Kim's like shopping, I'm gonna go here and there. I'm like, bye. I'm going to go check out all the watch shops and it's fine. And she, it's cool. So then I try everything on, get a chance to look at them in person. It's nice to read a bunch of specs, but it's nice also if you're like, oh my God, I never saw in person. And then you just try them all on. And I'm shameless about it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You're going to buy it? Maybe. No. No intention. But at least I get a chance to, feel it in real life. And you're like, yeah. And sometimes I've been very underwhelmed. There are times I'm like, wow, that watch looks so good, everything. And you get it in person, you go, really not the quality I expect. And then other times there's some you're like, wow, that watch really seems underwhelming. And then you go to it and you're like, Jesus, it's really well built. It's much better than I thought.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like us. You hear us. If you like us just by hearing us, it's good. If you see us underwhelming, you're pretty much going to hate us.
Yeah.
And you quit everything we do. Cool, man. Anything else on the World War
So the last
Zed?
thing is, did I like that movie? There were scenes I really liked. I don't think I liked that scene at the end. I think when he's in the laboratory and then they're coming or something like is it that?
There's a few hits and misses there.
But that scene in Israel when they're like trying to get onto the helicopter is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then,
I didn't particularly like the exchange at the end when he's hiding in the lab and the zombies.
That's what I just
clicking.
said. Yeah. That's exactly what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I think that was a bit like cartoonish, like not realistic. You know what I mean? Like it was a bit. The movie was supposed to be very serious, and I felt that kind of introduced the unnecessary comedy element in there.
Yeah, I think they.
But again, we're being super picky right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
But
good movie.
I don't give a shit. I'm not a movie critic.
Like,
People
it's
go,
a
how
good
dare
movie.
you not like that? I'm like, I dare. I didn't like it. Or I liked it.
It's a good movie.
I liked it. It was a good movie. And you know why? Because it was
Interesting.
It was
I
a
think.
good budget. It kept me on. It kept my attention going. It was a good one, and I enjoyed it.
And it's super intense right at the beginning, right? Like right off the bat, immediately, and it doesn't stop. It's just super intense. It's super intense the whole time. So
I agree. I think it was a good movie, and it jumped out at me for the watch. And the brand was really cool. When I met them, they had a lot they were sharing in terms of what they were working on design. And I like, honestly, like I've said it before, I like watches that take risks. It's not for everyone. And it's good that they take a risk because if not, you just end up making the same shit all the time. Everyone's trying to make the next diver that all kind of looks like the sub, but looks different enough that it's not the sub. So you identify yourself. You're like, nah, I don't want to go for that. Do something completely off
or you go
path.
like me and you buy spec for spec sub from another brand.
Yeah, but that also is your ability to confirm that that's what you wanted. You weren't sure that you wanted it.
I know. I bought the watch without really loving it, just appreciating it and wearing it.
You got a good deal though. That's why.
Yeah. So I have a question for you guys.
So what do you know? You still have a watch to go.
and there's another round.
Another
We
round.
have 3 movies.
Let's
right?
go quick, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. Anyway, this one I don't have much information around it, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Who are you gonna call?
The president?
Oh my god!
Wow, you have the president. Which president, though?
Funny thing is that-
what country are you talking about?
Pass.
The president.
Next question.
Pass.
Next question.
Zimbabwe.
The president of the local cricket club.
Thing is, I knew exactly what she was going to talk about. That's
Ghostbusters.
Why. Just,
But which one?
Joke.
So they're all wearing the same watch. That's the thing.
Nah.
Is that a Seiko?
Yes. So it's a Seiko. It's a M516 voice note. It's new retro.
Okay, yeah.
It's digital watch that you can take notes, like verbal notes with it.
Oh my god.
Right.
Oh yeah. I remember that one.
It's so rare. It's so hard to find. There's not much information about it, and it was a common watch back then.
You
Just
gotta love it.
no one bought that.
It's like the Seiko one from
it's a gimmicky
chronograph,
watch,
the
right?
one-
It's gimmicky. It's rectangular, but not on the right side. So like the
It makes me-
straps and the watch is like. the
How do
watch
you
is-
listen to the recording after from the watch?
Yeah,
So there's
yeah,
a speaker
yeah,
and a
yeah.
microphone right on the watch.
Exactly.
And how? I'm just curious how bad the quality.
Wait,
of that
did you
is.
shit on me for
Yes.
picking a digital
Yes.
watch?
But you guys,
Yes.
sorry, I just took that literally.
But didn't you? It's true. Didn't you shit on me because I chose a digital watch with the Hamilton?
Guys, stop talking about shitting on each other.
Yeah, because you were
This isn't
talking
that kind
about
of
Getting turned on.
Yeah.
what you were seeing is like, oh, people were so impressed. Such a good watch. You can get full gold. Me, it's a shitty Seiko. That
It's
you
a
can-
child. It's something you get in a cereal box.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great movie though.
It's a great movie.
And they're in all the movies, and they're all wearing it, so it's part of their tools. And the
Sad
reason
that Harold
Why do
Ramis
you
died.
do the quotation marks tools? It's
like finding
part
ghosts.
of-
Is it really tools? I don't know.
It's
Have you found ghosts?
a
What do you
part.
know? If you can do better, please
like
tell
seriously,
us.
if you ever found a ghost,
If you were
wouldn't be
hunting for
talking like
ghosts,
this.
fine, they'll take a tangent. If you were hunting for ghosts, what watch would you take with you? Guys, we're going to the place
Well,
tonight,
the
blah,
one
blah,
that
blah.
shoots lasers.
Grab the shot, grab your shit and let's go. Which one are you picking
Yeah,
up?
but like, would a laser actually like kill a ghost? You don't
Ghost
know.
is
Ever
laughing
tried?
at you.
Yeah, laughing.
I,
Have you tried killing a ghost with a laser?
I'll go with Dima laser watch.
I'm not gonna go with
Which
you.
laser watch? No, seriously, straight up. Which watch are you going to take?
Which
if
watch
you're
has
going
a
to-
laser in the first place?
The one from James Bond. Laser watch. It's the only laser watch I know.
But what would you actually use as a ghost buster watch?
I don't know. I'm not a Ghostbuster.
I feel like it's not a tool that you take to a ghostbuster thing.
I can
It's
explain
kinda,
to
hey,
you.
No, but
You're going to bust some ghosts.
yeah, like
I can explain to you why it's a tool. That's the only information I
But
found
they're
about that watch.
scientists in the movie,
Yes,
right?
and look, they got that watch mainly because its ability to record audio, a common ghost hunting trick. That's the reason they have it.
smart.
Don't they have ears? I don't get it.
No, when you're recording,
How's that a
this
trick,
is where
though?
you hear ghosts is on the recording.
Pretty like
You never
say something, I'm going to repeat it back to you.
ghost didn't see that coming.
Stupid ghost.
You see how you sound? You see how you sound? Go back.
It's like an idiot.
Go back to the coffin, whatever.
So-
Your dimension.
So yeah, like those reality shows, right? That they go in haunted houses and everything. They record audio and try to
I've heard of that.
hear glitches and stuff like that. Anyway,
He looks up there.
yeah. So it's the only reason they got that watch is because the custom designer found it to make sense for them
It's
to
cool.
have that.
Seiko has been known for making
Yeah.
watches for like crazy watches for movies, right?
But
like
look
the
at the one
Alien
Alien.
watch.
But
Yeah,
it wasn't
the
for the
Ripley.
movie.
Yeah, the Ripley, exactly.
It wasn't for the movie. It was a common. But
Was it really?
Yeah, but nobody bought it. So today it's so hard to find one. I was looking online and
It is. I don't like it.
it's if you want one that's working, it's between $1,000 to $1,600 US dollars,
Jesus Christ.
and that's without box, without paper, without nothing, right?
What box? No one's going to replica that fucking thing.
So it's just for me. I find it nice. It was like
It's
all
cool.
the like part of their costume, I guess,
It's
and everything.
cool.
There
It's a
was
great
reason.
movie.
It
And
was,
that movie deserves a mention.
yeah,
It's,
yeah,
it's
and there was a
fantastic
good
movie.
reason behind what they were using this one, right? It was like ghost hunting tool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't have any more information than that. I literally found 3 lines of information online,
I like
That's it.
It's kind of like the Lancet. I couldn't find anything about it.
pretty much.
I like both of those Ghostbusters. They were good. The new ones are not great, but those
No,
ones
the-
with
the
Bill
The
new
new
Murray-
ones
one
are
is
just the
only-
one that they remade, right?
Yeah,
There's a new one coming out too.
Oh, there's a new
With,
one.
Yeah,
Is it
guys.
also with the?
but the new one is like the following of the originals.
right? Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so it's but
the guy
other
died, right?
original actors. One of them, yeah.
Harold. But he wrote it too. He was all
Harold
his.
Ramis, yeah.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the new one's gonna be the 4th one technically. When they reboot it with the
Are they
girl
bringing
cast.
back the guys?
Yes,
And
but
yet the original
but it's like the,
actors?
the new school. So there's the new guys. You'll see the older guys.
Paul Rudd's in it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the
Man, that guy does
new
not
movie.
age.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is. He's a vampire.
He was in Clueless.
Maybe. So anyway, that was my
That's
second
cool.
movie to watch, and I don't have any more information besides recording audio, and you don't find those watching it.
Thanks,
cool.
Thanks for the research. Yeah.
Thanks, yeah.
That's
Thanks, thanks for all the information that you gave us.
Dimitri.
So my last watch and the movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. The movie is called Commando.
Jesus Christ.
We gotta get to the chopper. This is actually, I think, from the Predator.
lied.
I lied. Ah, screw you, Benny.
Screw you, Benny.
That's Total Recall, though. Anyways, he has
No, Bennett is.
no. Screw you, Benny.
Oh, Benny. Yeah.
Hey, screw you, Benny is from Total Recall when he drills the guy into the
Yeah.
car and goes, "Screw you, Benny."
I just saw Total Recall the other day. It's just like the planet. His eyes are going there,
It
and then
is.
it flushes out the air.
Man, like he is one of the best action stars of all time, and then his one-liners
Not one
are
of the. He's the.
forever. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
I mean, there's a lot. I
Jason
mean,
Statham
like,
is.
I'm sorry. If you
Jason
look at
Statham is an,
like, if you look at Die
Die
Hard, Bruce Willis and Die Hard is
no, but the ultimate action
fantastic.
star is probably someone like Jason Statham or like Van Damme or Arnold.
well, he's
and-
never done anything else, right?
that's
Arnold
it.
has done
Action-
other types of
action
Well,
movies.
stars.
Jason didn't play one character. He's the British guy driving luxury German cars.
No. He's done.
He's
done,
still an action guy.
He's done a lot
Yeah,
of action
no.
stuff.
He's still kicking ass
But-
that whole movie.
Like Arnie is
Arnold
is
is
great.
He's
Yeah.
great.
And his
Look, I'm a
one-liners
stud.
are the
I smoke
funniest.
my stogies wherever I want.
Remember, if you guys watch True Lies, at the end he kills the guy The guy's on the rocket, and he launches him. He goes, "You're fired," and like he launches him into a helicopter with other terrorists, and they just all explode. It is so
He
funny.
literally in that movie double headbutts 2 dogs. They jump at him, and he takes both dogs in the air, and he clunks their heads together like the Stooges. Like, boom!
It is.
And the Dobermans are just flat out cold.
Just the Commando is amazing.
Yeah, but
do not
is it
disturb my
Van Damme
friend.
who knock out a snake?
Yeah.
Possible. Oh man, they used to make
go
movies
like
like that
Time Cop.
anymore. Oh
Anyway,
god.
Van Damme just punches the thing.
Is it
My
I don't think
WhatsApp,
I was-
check out what my WhatsApp profile picture is right now.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
so it's a movie poster, right?
Yeah, it's Hard Target.
Oh god.
Check it out.
But-
It's great.
Let's go back to
Commando.
the story. Commando. That movie has some of the best one-liners ever in any movies. Like at the beginning when he tells the guy, when he kills the guy in the airplane, he goes, "Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired."
He's dead tired.
It's so good. And then he's fighting Cook, and he goes, "I eat green berets for breakfast." And it's so stupid.
I even watched Twins a couple weeks back.
Let
and
off
he's-
some steam, Bennett.
Even in Twins, he makes a lot of one-liners are
Oh
ridiculous.
god, it's so amazing. So I mean, honestly, the watch itself, and he wore the same watch both in Commando and Predator.
Yeah.
It's a cool watch. It's a Seiko. It's a
SM.
Seiko watch that came out in 1982. It's H558-5009.
There's a reissue now, right?
There's a reissue now that they've
25
done
is-
recently. It's called something else completely. It's a shorter
SNK
name.
025, something like that. I really like that watch, actually.
It's a SNJ 025.
Yeah,
It's a recent reissue. Honestly, it's kind of like a G-Shock almost, right?
Yeah.
It's a very tooly, beater watch. More expensive than a G-Shock, obviously. But as I was looking at it, it's cool. I like it. It's growing on me. It's a really nice, cool looking watch. Like, I think it's a diver.
Keeps perfect time, solar powered.
It's a diver, but what it is that it's actually the first watch that was a combined digital and analog diver.
And any digi, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one thing that it holds as a record. But it is obviously mostly known as the Arnie, which is because he was wearing it both in Predator and... Oh, man.
He's
Predator.
holding that fucking cannon, and it looks small on him.
He's
He's
huge.
big. That's my point.
He's actually
can
not
wear
that
it.
tall. He's actually not that tall. He's
No,
like,
but it's not
he's like
tall.
barely
He's-
like 6 feet. Eh? He's not super tall.
He's
Oh yeah,
gigantic.
he's a big guy. Like in the Predator, there's one liner that just kills it for me. Also at the beginning of the movie, they go and like they kill all the terrorists at the village or something, and he throws this huge fucking hunting knife and impales the guy against the wall, and he goes, "Stick around."
Stick around. Stick around.
It's so good.
Okay.
Kindergarten.
So-
Anyways, next movie.
Nice watch, nice movie.
One of the greatest movies of all time.
Because of Arnold, right?
My goals are the... Yeah.
There's another story that I forgot to mention, and I think it's quite funny. So, one of my good friends, when we had his bachelor party, we went to Boston, and we dressed him up as Bennett, which is who's the main villain in the movie.
He had a
And-
Bennett roll.
And he was wearing like leather pants, army boots, like a cut-off sleeveless T-shirt,
But his T-shirt
and a
was...
chainmail vest.
Yep. Oh, but I
And
thought
we
his
drew a
shirt was
mustache
like
on his face, right? Like a pro mustache. He was wearing that the whole weekend. And the thing is, it's such
Didn't he
a...
have like gloves as well?
He also had like cut-off fingerless gloves. Oh, man. Oh, yes. And also he had a utility belt.
Oh my
With like,
god.
stop. And he was wearing that the whole weekend. And
He smelled awful.
it's like a very niche kind of thing. Nobody really knows who that is. But the people that do, oh my God, they lose their minds.
Did the people recognize him?
So we
my
went.
God.
So not often, but when they do, because people who recognize him are like fanboys, right?
Yeah.
When they do, they're like, "Oh my God!" We were at a bar, and some guy across from the other side, he goes, "Oh my God, Bennett!" And he bought everybody a round of drinks. Like
That's nice.
and then like we also at some point he forgot something at the hotel. He had to go back, and we were watching Jesus Christ, the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And he had to leave the.
Is that a Mexican player, Jesus Christ?
And he
Very
had
good. Plays third base.
and he had to leave the arena, and then he forgot everything. He forgot the keys and the wallet, and then he was basically walking back to the hotel by himself. And then at some point, some people in the street are like, "Hey, like, what's going on? Like, are you everything okay? Are you okay?" He goes, "Oh yeah, it's just." And then he goes, "Oh, it's fine. It's my bachelor party. I'm here with my friends." And then like he looks behind. There's no one.
He's just an idiot down the street. Like, yeah, sure you are.
And then they're like, "Oh, okay, please continue enjoying this." Yeah.
Man.
Anyhow, that
Cool
was-
story, man.
yeah.
So last movie, last watch. Can you soundbite that one?
I am not. I like the movie. The movie is Le Mans. It is
Le Mans.
Le Mans. Whatever. Steve McQueen wearing the Hoyer Monaco caliber 11.
It's on your short list, right?
It's on my short list, which is why I kind of picked it because I'm not the biggest fan. I will have to say.
What is the pronunciation of this? Is it Tager or Tag Hoyer?
Hoyer?
R.
Hoyer.
R.
Are you speaking or you're just making noises?
I don't know.
Tiger.
Tager.
Tiger.
Thanks, guys. It was nice that you guys did that. Notes real quickly. It was the Tag Heuer Caliber 11. The movie is it's a good one. It would have been better if they made something now.
Well, but now there's Ford versus
and
Ferrari,
Ferrari,
right?
That's right. which
And
is
in
excellent.
Europe,
Is
the
there a
name,
watch in that movie?
There is.
Yes, I don't remember which one,
The
but
Heuer Octavia.
yeah, in Europe, that movie was named Le Mans 66.
There you go.
Oh,
Right.
interesting.
So it's really cool. Just the reasons on my short list, or even what's great about that, the way it picks up in the movie. He didn't want to actually pick that watch, but he was wearing the jumpsuit, whatever you call it. Race suit. It said Tag Heuer on it. So he wanted to pick something different. He went with the Monaco, which was a square watch. It's the first automatic chronograph. Much people say Zenith del Primero was the first. They called it that. The first one to make it to the patent office at the time was Heuer. So technically they win, albeit Seiko says they win because they have other pictures that prove they had it first. But that one made it there. It's the one with the crown on the other side, which was to remind you didn't need to wind it because it was automatic.
Caliber 11.
Caliber 11, 39 by 39. You can get one now, about $5,900. The watch itself is, I think, to be honest, if I had to say, I think it's one of the most affordable icons with your Speedmaster, with what's out there. If you can get an icon, like really, it is one of the more affordable
much?
ones. It's $5,900 and it's a chrono.
Okay, so it's the same price as the Speedmaster.
Yeah.
It is
and it's an icon. It's the one of the
100%.
first one came out there. It's something that not everyone will have. A lot of people will like. It sold for a lot of money. The one that was worn originally.
Any watch list that lists, let's say, top watches, top 10, top 20 watches of all time, will always
as
have
an icon, right?
will always have a Monaco in the top 10.
Yeah.
You have the Monaco, the Saab, and the Speedmaster always in the top 10. Like
There's always the Rolex Datejust that were there, the GMTs that were worn by Marlon Brando,
right.
You the
the Nautilus will probably, the Royal Oak has to be there as well, right? At
as
some point.
icon, absolutely, yeah. They're less recognized though. Less people know the Royal Oak or the Nautilus than they do the Sub, and that's the problem with the Sub. The Sub kind of loses the cachet, and I
Becoming
do
a
like.
fashion watch.
Well, it's not. It's a very expensive fashion watch.
Right, but
But it's also perfect.
it is.
That's the thing.
I
You
agree.
put it on,
is
it's
a
fucking
perfect
perfect.
watch. It is a perfect watch.
But it's just, and you know what? It's pretty exclusive now.
Yeah. It's not because people don't
We'll
don't
see
want
what they announce on September 1st.
We'll see.
It's a blue one.
It
blue
is.
side.
It has
It's
to
blue.
be.
Dweller, it's pretty
blue
thin
on blue
profile.
steel. Because I already have the blue one, but it's
They have one now, but it's white gold.
yeah.
But do you
It's a
think it's
30
going to be
grand.
like a subtle light blue?
It's gonna
Like
be
a
No, I think
full on
I
blue?
think it's like a pop. It's gonna be like
Right?
the
yeah.
Smurf.
It's gonna, for me, I think it's gonna be between the Black Bay and the Pelagas.
It could also be
At the blue shade.
it could also be a blue on the bezel, and the dial's black.
Yeah. No,
Maybe.
I want full blue. So
Are we wrapping this up?
I have one, but it can go within 3 lines. So with my last movie
Please.
and watch.
Let's
Last
do
movie
it.
watch.
Let's do it.
So who's the richest man in the DC universe, or one of the richest
Well,
men?
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Well, the answer was Bruce Wayne, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's unnecessary. It's just I actually feel offended
That's
now.
very
Cool.
irresponsible of his mother to give him
Yeah,
a name like that.
We don't curse on this podcast. This is
Why would his mother call him?
Anyway,
yeah. This is dark.
yes. So what watch brand for the billionaire playboy?
I think he wore
A Rolex
Wait,
Datejust.
wait. Which Bruce Wayne?
What do you mean? Which
Christopher
Bruce Wayne?
Nolan, but I'll come back to that.
Oh, he's wearing Reverso.
Yes,
Yeah,
so,
the one he's wearing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Jaeger,
In Batman
right?
Begins.
Jaeger,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's in Begins and The Dark Knight in 2 of the 3
Begins.
movies, right?
I remember in The Dark Knight. I remember it begins.
Yeah, so it's
I
a reversal,
yeah.
but it's a Gantai, so it's a big one.
Yeah, he's wearing that like
Right,
really
it-
nice cashmere sweater.
The
There you go.
Man, I love that watch.
Yeah, when you really see it well, it's in the scene when he crashes Lamborghini to save a guy.
Oh, it happens to everybody.
And when he sits next to his
I'm the
Lamborghini.
guy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the guy he crashed into.
That's what I mean. To save a guy, I'm the guy. I'm the pedestrian. Like, no,
Don't crash into
yeah,
me.
so
He crashes into me.
Batman Begins in The Dark Knight. But there's one movie too that people don't really think about it. It's the Schumacher one with it's Batman Forever.
Schumacher.
the Joel Schumacher.
Oh, Joel
one.
Schumacher, because that's what that's
Michael
what I
or
thought.
Ralph.
Michael Ralph.
No, wait. So the Joel Schumacher, which one did he do? The one with Clooney or Val
It's
Kilmer?
Batman Forever.
That's the Val
That's
Kilmer.
Val Kilmer?
probably.
Yeah.
With the
So he
Arnold in
wears
there
it
too,
too.
eh?
Get out.
Yeah.
Oh, Arnold was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
I'm gonna freeze.
It's a
Why
best
don't you
worst.
cool off?
It's the best worst
Let off
movie
some
ever.
steam.
Right?
Different movie.
It's a
it
best
works.
worst movie ever. If I'm not mistaken, it's a bad credit card. There's the bat nipples too in this one.
Bat nipples. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when I was reading about it, I was going with the Christopher Nolan trilogy, right? But he only wears it in 2 out of the 3 movies. But I was reading, and it's in the with Val Kilmer too, and it's a Grand Taille too.
Okay.
So
I think
it's
it's too
in-
big, the Grand Taille.
I like your reaction. It's like,
Yeah. So it's in 3 Batman
Very
movies,
interesting.
and I don't know, it makes sense. You're a billionaire. You have
But
a Jaget,
The
right?
one was a Jaget that's also is the Mysterio, the Doctor Who. Not Doctor Who.
Wow,
Fucking
it's Doctor
Cumberbatch. What is he? What is
Doctor
he again?
Strange.
Doctor Strange, whatever.
Yeah, but that's a like master controller.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, he's wearing
full
a
of, like,
GLC.
yeah, but that's like another ball game.
Yeah, but he's
Cabbage
wearing
Patch.
It's a Benedict Cumberbatch.
Bumba Cluck Cabbage Patch. But anyway, he has GLCs
Yeah.
and he's wearing a fucking suit. that's
Awesome
like-
watch.
Yeah,
I love that brand. And I spoke about it before, right, in the previous podcast. I love this brand.
yeah. So yeah, Batman
Original.
Grand Taille, and it's the only watch with square corners that I really appreciate.
Does it have any special features on it, like a tourbillon? Because they do have a reversal.
No, in the
tourbillon,
movie
right?
it's literally this one. It's like 5 to 10 Gs when I was looking into
so he
it.
has
Canadian.
the large one, so I think it's just
But they go
it's a
all the way
small
to-
second hands.
Yeah, but they go all the way to 60.
Yeah, but it's always the precious
and it's
metals,
not a
right?
2-dial, right? It's not a.
No, it's the back of it is the
Just
case
steel
back.
case.
Yeah.
Is it open case back or anything like that? No.
No, in the movie, the way that they show it, at least, seems
Yeah.
to be the quote unquote base model.
Okay.
That goes from
That's cool.
5 to 10,000 Canadian, depending
Beautiful
on
watch. Oh.
beautiful watch. I think it's a good choice for the character too. But yeah, so
yeah.
that was a quick one for me.
No, I
on
mean,
this
it's
one.
a good one. Good mention of
So
a movie too. I think.
what's the next movie we're gonna watch? What's on your list?
Well,
Tenant.
yeah, the
Tenet? Yeah.
Tenant.
the neighbor movie.
Tenant.
The friends that are living in the apartments on the same floor.
Yeah.
Tenants.
I really want
So
to.
it's not Tenet, it's Tenet.
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 It's a
Like a net,
It's a
right?
palindrome.
Tenet.
It's a
Yes,
palindrome.
palindrome of 10, right?
Say there's like 10 nets. So
10
it's
net.
Tenet.
Tenet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it. Like that last week was a clock, and this week's gonna be that.
And all the H's.
I hate
You
I
know-
put all the H's everywhere.
Hamilton.
So is that the word?
Hamilton.
Like the last few, you said American spirit. You channeled your American spirit. You used the word. What was the other one you used? Risk grime.
Yes.
Oh
Wrist
my
cheese.
god, Reese cheese. I will cheese.
Oh, God.
That's the
I'm
worst thing.
the best.
Today is no, you're not. You're awful. You're
yeah.
terrible.
I'm the best at being the worst.
No, you're just the
No,
worst.
you're not
I hate
even
you.
that.
What?
There are people worse than you. You're just mediocre. You're just like. hovering.
You're very bad at being the worst. You're just ugh.
Hey,
The best expression is ugh.
meh.
No, May,
yeah.
May is like
It's okay, right?
You're ugh.
Hey, Kevin, I think we launched Instagram page just so we can have pictures because Dmitri was saying that he cannot understand without pictures. So
yeah,
we're,
exactly.
we're gonna help
He
people,
doesn't read
right?
too good.
It's like
Whoa.
podcast. There's those pictures. I don't
So
see what
wind
they're
it down.
talking about.
So
I wish I
we
could
got
read
the
better.
we got the podcast, but we also got the Instagram page. Follow us, guys. Big Black Clock Official. You'll be able to check us out. We're not photographers, guys, so don't shit on us, please. But please just
Well, I
comment,
mean-
share, do. He's like, please shit on us a little bit, but just share, put your pics on that, and tag us. Let's just start the
fun.
community, have some fun,
Yeah.
see what we like, and we're gonna build a website. We're trying to working on that. Start to put what it is we're talking about. Maybe share some articles. So if you guys have ideas, send them our way.
Yeah. Give us any comments you have.
So our email right now is Big Black Clock Team or Big Black Clock Official, right? Is it?
It's Big Black Clock Team at
Yeah.
gmail.com.
Big Black Clock Team at gmail.com.
You guys have any
That's for the death threats
suggestions?
and the hate mail.
bigblackclockteam@gmail.com. Listen to, send us your suggestions. Tell us what
Any
you don't
comments
like.
or feedback is welcome.
Exactly.
Hate
So
mail, death
Hate
threats.
mail. Yeah,
no,
death
also
threats,
guys, any
money transfers.
any
We accept.
subjects you want to hear about, things you want us to talk about. We're totally we just want to get this going.
Talk
We just
and
want to
have
talk,
fun.
get this going, get some drink in. Any suggestions for drinks, send that our way as well. Like we said, we're going to work on that website, try to build something up there with some articles. But for now, just find us on Instagram, follow us, send us your feedback, and I guess we'll see you on the next one, right?
Yeah, man.
So on this note,
Bye.
Peace out.
bye.
Bye.